Hi, I'm Bill from Rad Sports Analytics and CollegeFootballData.com. Something I've noticed lately is that more and more new users to the CFBD platform are coming in with AI generated code before they fully understand what the API request underneath it is doing. When that code fails, it can be hard to tell whether the problem is the endpoint, your API key, the parameters, your local environment, or something the AI invented or just plain hallucinated. That is why I put together the CFBD AI API Launchpad to help you understand one small API request before you ask AI to build more code around it. This is a good fit if you are new to APIs or Python notebooks, if you are coming from spreadsheets, or if you are already asking AI tools to write CFBD code but do not fully understand what the code is doing yet. I kept the scope intentionally narrow. This is not a no-code dashboard, it's not a model training product, nor is it a Pix product. It is a guided first workflow. You make an API request, you inspect the response, save it to a small file, build a simple chart around it, and learn how to ask AI for smaller changes you can review and understand. Here is what comes in the pack. The main path starts with Start Here Markdown file, then moves into the guide and 6 notebooks. The guide covers API basics and tools I recommend. The notebooks walk through your first request, query parameters, JSON responses, common errors, a simple chart, and safer AI-assisted changes. The AI prompt and context folders give AI tools some practical boundaries. Do not invent endpoints, do not ask for secrets, and do not rewrite working code all at once. The point is to give you a structured first path instead of a pile of AI-generated code you are trying to reverse engineer. Start Here lays out the path through the pack. Before you open any code, make sure you understand what the pack covers. Get an API key and store it as an environment variable. Do not paste that key into an AI tool, screenshot, notebook, or public chat. The first milestone is intentionally small. By the end of your first pass, you should have one working API request, one saved CSV file, one simple chart, and a safer prompt and context workflow for AI tools. That gives you enough of a foundation to understand what worked, what changed, and what to inspect next when an AI tool suggests more code. You are not buying mystery code, you are buying a guided path through the basic API workflow so you can understand what is happening before you build on top of it. The notebooks are meant to be used in order because each one builds on the last. The first notebook gets one authenticated API request working. Notebook number 2 shows how to change the year, team, and season type intentionally instead of guessing. The third notebook turns the response into something you can inspect and save locally. Notebook number 4 covers authentication, parameters, rate limits, environment issues, and common problems in the local code. The fifth notebook uses the response or saved CSV to build a small chart. And finally, notebook number 6 shows how to make AI-assisted changes without exposing secrets or letting the assistant rewrite the whole workflow at once. That sequence matters. Each notebook gives you one more part of the workflow you can verify yourself. By the end, you are not just hoping the AI got it right, but you have a small workflow you can inspect and reuse. The first workflow uses a small request to the game's endpoint. I chose that deliberately because it is easy to reason about and still teaches you the core pieces you will use with other endpoints. This pattern is pretty straightforward. Load your API key from the environment, make the request, inspect the response, and only then build the next step. I keep the first example small on purpose. When you are learning, a request you understand is more useful than a larger script you cannot debug. The AI-specific material comes in 2 forms: prompt templates and context files. The prompts cover focused tasks such as choosing an endpoint, understanding a response, narrowing down an error, or asking for one small change at a time. The context files are for Codex, Claude Code, Cursor, ChatGPT products, and other AI assistants. They give the tool some basic rules. Follow official CFBD behavior, do not invent endpoints or fields, Do not ask for API keys, and make one small change at a time. These files don't make API perfect, but they make its work easier for you to review. This is the value of this material. You can give the assistant better context, and you can have a clearer way to judge what comes back. This pack will enable you to troubleshoot issues without guessing. This part matters because guessing usually makes troubleshooting slower. The Launchpad shows you how to separate API behavior from problems with your key, parameters, local environment, or AI-generated changes. The process is simple. Identify the endpoint, check the parameters, look at the status code, inspect the response body, and remove secrets from anything you share. This is useful even if you never contact support. You are in a much better position when you can tell whether the issue is the API request, your environment, or code that needs a closer look. This is the right starting point if you want to learn the API basics before building more with AI, covering topics such as authentication, parameters, JSON, status codes, saved data, simple charts, prompts, and context files. That said, this pack is probably too introductory if you already understand REST APIs, authentication, JSON, pandas, and mineral reproductions. It is also not the right product if you want a no-code app, custom debugging, deployment, help, or predictive model training. If you want clean historical data and guided analysis notebooks, the starter pack is a better fit for you. If you want model training workflows, check out the model training pack. Once you're comfortable making and inspecting a small request, the forthcoming AI builder pack is the next step for structured project scaffolds, tests, fixtures, and agent workflows. The short version is this: start with the Launchpad if AI tools are writing CFBD code you do not fully understand. It gives you a guided path from one working request to a saved CSV, into a simple chart, and a safer AI workflow you can inspect yourself. Once that feels comfortable, the forthcoming AI Builder Pack is the next step for turning the same foundation into a tested, reusable project. If you already know you want both, the AI Development Bundle combines them. Look for both of these on Gumroad in the coming weeks. The Launchpad is available on Gumroad, and I'll put the link in the description. It may still be at the launch price of $19, so be sure to hop on that. After the promotional period ends, it will go up to $29. So be sure to check it out on Gumroad.